think the Azov Battalion has fought incredibly brave to help Ukraine, to save Mariupol. I think they are not an ideological movement, they are defenders of a nation.
Jeremy Loffredo for Rebel News in Davos, Switzerland, at the third day of the World Economic Forum's annual meeting, while the leader and founder of the forum, Klaus Schwab, said this year's meeting is the most influential and consequential meeting of recent years. One of the most wealthy and influential nations is absent.
The theme of our coming together is history at a turning point. Government policies, corporate strategies. We will focus the program mainly on 4 different areas. First, the war in Ukraine.
Russia, whose companies and state leadership, including President Vladimir Putin himself, normally play an integral role here at the forum, have been disinvited because of the ongoing war with Ukraine.
This is really the moment when it is decided whether brute force will rule the world. If so, the force is not interested in our thoughts, and there is no need for further meetings in Davos, as there would be no reason for that.
With the U.S. taxpayer sending over $40 billion to the Eastern European nation, Democrats and Republicans alike are feverishly supporting what some are calling, quote, the new current thing. 4,000 miles away from the U.S., here at the Global Elites Retreat, Davos has redone the Russia House, a building historically belonging to the Russian state during the World Economic Forum's annual meetings.
This place used to be a Russian house. It was a Russian house for years on each Davos, but this year Russia is banned for Davos, and that's why we came up with the idea to organize the real representative place for Russia. And that's why we created Russian War Crimes House.
The new building is called the Russia War Crimes House and argues that the international community should take more direct action against Russia. The inside of the house is jarring. On a 14 by 10 foot display, giant HD videos depict what seems to be maimed and dead Ukrainians and dilapidated bomb buildings. It's designed to evoke a psychological and emotional response from viewers. The Ukrainian curator of the display is hoping that the political exhibit will provoke the elite in Davos and the wider international community to send more weapons to Ukraine.
But it's really very important. Weapons is the first thing that we need to send more.
In the back of the exhibit, businessmen and Davos attendees held private conferences that journalists were not allowed into. This highly graphic and controversial plea for weapons shipments and war crime accountability is hardly the doing of a few Ukrainian activists and artists. A small information plaque on the back wall discloses that the organizer of the exhibit is Viktor Pinchuk. According to Forbes, Pinchuk is a Ukrainian oligarch worth $2 billion. The curators employed by the oligarch aren't your average progressive political artists. When I asked a curator if he denounced the Azov Battalion, a controversial neo-Nazi contingent of the Ukrainian military receiving U.S. taxpayer-funded weapons, he refused. Instead, he changed the subject and said that the Azov Battalion is incredibly brave and not ideological.
I think the Azov Battalion has fought incredibly brave to help Ukraine, to save Mariupol. I think they are not an ideological movement, they are defenders of a nation.
From Davos, Switzerland, where oligarchs are using art to get weapons which will be used to fight other oligarchs, Jeremy Loffredo, Rebel News.
We're bringing an all-star team of 5 great investigative journalists to the World Economic Forum in Davos. To learn more and to help us out, go to WEFreports.com.
Can I ask all our participants from Ukraine to stand up and to give them a special welcome?